Hello everybody, my name is Dee and welcome to Books and Quirks. Today I'm going to give you a reading update. I didn't get to film yesterday on Friday, so I'm filming today. I hope you all are having a good weekend. If you celebrate Easter, then happy Easter. If you celebrate Passover, happy Passover. Although I think that was last night, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check on that. But regardless, I hope you all are having some good family time or what have you this weekend. So I did quite a bit of reading this week, but it actually was quite a bit of reading in two books. These books were quite chunky and slower, or at least one was a slower read for me. So let me just get right into it. So the first book that I actually finished yesterday, and this was part of a buddy read with Shaun of On the Stoop, and that is The Thousand Autumns of Jacob de Zoet. I kept on saying in previous videos when I was talking about reading this that it was Jacob de Zoet, but it's actually pronounced Jacob de Zoet. And this book follows a man, a clerk, in the small island off of Japan. It was the trading post Dejima, and sort of his life on this trading post. He was there for quite a number of years. It also goes into some strange directions. It also follows a young woman named Arito Abigawa, who is a midwife, and she is also quite prominent in the book as part of the plot. So this is historical fiction. Some of it is based on some facts, but for the most part it's fictional. And I found this book, I'm going to give this book 3 stars. I haven't yet rated it on Goodreads, but it's going to be a 3-star read. I really loved about a third of this book. All of the sections focused on the midwife, focused on Arito Abigawa, were really interesting to me. I found, in terms of Jacob, that his sections, or the sections with him and, you know, all of the trading and deals and scheming going on in Dejima, were hard for me to follow. There was a lot of dialogue. This book is extremely dialogue heavy, and there's a lot of slang and terms, and it took me forever to read those sections. I had to reread some sections in parts. It was really difficult for me. I couldn't connect to the characters, and I found Jacob to be a very flat character with no personality. I actually found some of the side characters more interesting than Jacob. But I know this is a highly acclaimed book and a lot of people love it, so I'm gonna leave it there. If you're thinking of reading this book, I would just read some of the other reviews, because there are a lot of rave reviews about this book. It just wasn't a book particularly for me. Like I said, except for the parts about the midwife, that was really what saved the book for me, because I really loved that character. And yeah, so this is more like a 3-star read. If it hadn't been for her character, it might have gone down to a 2. But my buddy reader, Shaun, really loved it. So it was good to hear his thoughts and his opinions as he went through the book. And it made me, you know, think a little bit further than what I would have thought if I had read it by myself. So yeah, so we finished this book yesterday. The next book that I have been buddy reading, we have a couple of days left, is The Outsider by Stephen King. And I am buddy reading this with Amber over at Amber Eats Books. We're both fans of Stephen King. I absolutely love Stephen King. I have since I first discovered him at the age of 12. So this is quite, you know, one of his, you know, creepy, kind of supernatural type book. I really love it. It's told in interview format, so you see kind of, or not all of the book, but some of the book is told in interview format, and they're very short chapters, like, you know, just a few pages each, so it really makes the book go super quickly. And I just love Stephen King. You know, I always get lost and completely immersed in the story. And I love reading with Amber as well. So this is just a fun read, and I look forward to this every night. Like I said, um we have about 4 days left, but we're checking in with each other every other day. So 2 check-ins, and yeah, by the end of next week I'll have been finished with this. We'll probably finish on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, I'm absolutely loving this, and this is probably will be a 5 star depending on how I feel about the wrap up. But yes, absolutely love Stephen King. So last week I said that I was going to go on to the second book in the Queen of the Tearling series, Invasion of the Tearling. I did not get to that book yet, but I do plan on starting hopefully this week. So that will kind of be one of the ebooks that I'll be reading, because I do have it on ebook. I think I have the physical book as well, but I just don't know where it is. But it's on Scribd, so that's where I'm going to be reading it. And the other book that we're starting tomorrow on Easter Sunday as part of a buddy read is a book called Terra Nullius by Claire G. Coleman. So, if you're unaware, as I was, April is Australia month, and this book takes place in Australia. So I'm assuming that we're going to get a lot of history with this book. I'm reading it with Mel over at Mel's Bookland Adventures, Cheryl of CR Flames Fan, Shaun of On the Stoop, and Candace of Beacon Hill Books. The usual crew. So I don't know a whole lot about that book other than what I read in this little blurb, but I plan on hopefully enjoying it, and we're starting tomorrow at about 50 pages a day. I'm not sure how long the book is, so I'm not sure how long it will take us, but yes. So that is all I have for you. Those are all of the books that I finished. Those are all of the books that I'm going to be reading this week. And yeah, I think it's going to be quite a busy reading week, but hopefully all good things. And that is it. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, as I said earlier, and enjoy the sunshine if you have any. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.